And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Fada
Happy birthday, mom.
and we have Dion.
What's going on, folks?
Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Yeah, buy my mom dinner.
Oh, okay.
That's what's up.
All right, so we're going to start with wrestling. Do y'all want to start with the WrestleMania review or do y'all want to start with the spring cleaning?
We can start with the spring
Um,
cleaning. We can definitely start with the spring cleaning.
Cause
Okay,
goddamn,
so as of now, um, let me look up the names. Uh, unless y'all have them on y'all remember them. WWE as usual. They've done some spring cleaning, and the names on there were Samoa Joe, Billy Kay, Mickey James, Tucker, Bo Dallas, Mojo Rawley, Kalisto, Chelsea Green, Wesley Blake. Am I missing anybody?
wait, they got rid of
No.
Kalisto too?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got rid of Kalisto.
I miss Kalisto. Oh shit! And I thought Chelsea Green left them already.
No, she was
No,
NXT this
she
year.
Ah,
was she was hurt. She was hurt.
She had like a little
ah,
cameo on NXT, I believe.
Yeah. So, all right.
ah.
Just to make sure, as of right now, Samoa Joe, Billy Kay, Peyton Royce, Mickey James, Chelsea Green, Tucker, Kalisto, Mojo Rawley, Bo Dallas, and Wesley Blake as of today. And a lot of people. No, usually I know people spring clean always come and they like releasing people, but this time it's been a real surprise because names like Samoa Joe and the Iconics are released. So, gentlemen, how do you feel about them releasing not just names, but names that really could have helped their fucking production?
I'm not surprised about the Iconics, Billy
The
Kay and
Iconics.
Peyton Royce getting cut off. I'm not surprised because since they split them up as a team, they've done nothing significant with them, minus the one match Peyton Royce had with Oscar, and you know the one gimmick Billy Kay was running. It was entertaining for a while, but after about 2 months, I was just like, is this gonna go somewhere?
As long as you know it's not their fault.
It's just damn. The one that shocked me was Samoa Joe.
That's the one that shocked everybody. Because why the fuck would you get rid of Samoa Joe?
Because it's like, okay, I know you've had him on commentary because he was supposed to be healing from a surgery or some shit like that.
A surgery
But
which
to
he didn't
just
heal from, by the way.
right, but like to just fire him, why would they not clear him?
Not only that,
Because
that he has a show on WWE Network that he's over there interviewing other people. So they was utilizing him.
It literally makes no sense. Literally.
so it was Vince McMahon's idea. Got
Everything goes.
it.
It's WWE. Everything goes to Vince. What do you mean?
but but it he had to have been enraged because wow. Shit.
What the hell was it?
Me opening a bottle, drinking the last of this Ciroc brandy, which is actually really fucking good. Um. Anyway,
That ain't sound like no damn Ciroc, but go ahead. Father, go ahead. On you. It's on you.
I mean, when it comes to making bad decisions, WWE is the king. That's all I'm saying. Because Samoa Joe, the Iconics, Billy Kay was just getting like started. Like she was legitimately actually like getting started. Like
right.
the
The thing that
fans was
fucks with me
feeling
about
her.
that, like, I thought they were trying to do something with her and Carmella, but then
They,
wow.
No, I don't think she. I don't think that because she was kind of grifting with everyone else because she was with Riot Squad, and then before that she was with like someone else. I think she was with Natalia and them.
Yeah, she was trying to
Yeah, so she was just
do something
grifting.
with
But the
Natalia.
thing, yeah, but the thing, no, but the problem is like Billy Kay was doing what she was supposed to do. That part's fine. The part that really that doesn't make much sense is how, despite her being in a role that wasn't that great, she still nailed it. That's how you know she was fucking talented.
Right.
And
I
actually,
mean,
she
hell,
well,
they've
like
been
it
doing
was.
that to our truth for years.
Her truth is fine though. That nigga like bro, he got his 24/7 championship. You know, he's on TV damn near every week. He's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, a championship run, like a legitimate championship run, would be nice, but I feel like he doesn't need it.
He could he could probably step off right now and like okay, let me this is going slightly off topic. Let me ask this question. Now, personally, I think yes. But do you think our truth at some point or another should be considered for a Hall of Fame slot?
He's already in a Hall of Fame. So if you ask me,
Yeah, he's already
he's
in the Hall of
already
Fame.
a Hall of Famer. You do real. This man was in WWE since like what 2000.
Yeah,
He stepped off of TNA for a bit, then he came back, and he's been there ever since. He's definitely Hall of Fame.
he's definitely Hall of
Yeah.
Fame.
That's not even a
Again,
question.
I again my personal answer to that is yes. It was just I was just wondering.
Why not? He's probably one of the more entertaining wrestlers. Like a lot of wrestlers in there, they're probably not good, but they were entertaining. There's a lot of wrestlers that's in there for just for entertainment values alone. So,
I mean, the fucking gobbledygooker.
is the gobbledygook in the
I think so.
I don't know. I'm not sure,
I
but
mean, when
If
is the
not, he will
Shockmaster
be.
going to be put in there? I want the Shockmaster.
the shot match.
I'm pretty sure. Is Doink in there? Doink the clown?
I'm
No,
pretty sure
he's not in there.
he wasn't in
Oh,
the
they need
early,
to.
early, early fucking.
I don't. I'm not sure.
If Doink the clown hasn't been inducted, I'm gonna start a petition for them to add Doink the clown.
I've never heard WWE Hall of Fame and Doink the Clown, so um, I'm just gonna
Nah,
say
I'm gonna start a petition. Doink the clown for Hall of Fame 2022.
okay. You probably be the only one that be signing that. So
Yeah, you're probably the only one to be signing that shit.
Fuck that.
um,
Someone has to stand up for the comedy relief.
It ain't gonna
okay,
be doing.
you do that.
Doink was funny to me.
You do that.
Yeah,
The
you do.
hurricane will get in before damn near Doink the Clown. So
All right, Hurricane should be in there. Hell, they added Molly Holly. If they added Mighty Molly, they should add Hurricane.
Yeah, but Molly Holly was a legitimate
yeah,
wrestler though.
I was about to say Molly
She's
Holly
a
was good.
multi-time women's champion.
Yeah,
True, but we
no,
not gonna front like people wasn't loving Hurricane. Hell,
yeah.
Hurricane Helms had a couple of championships
He
on
was
his
one of,
resume.
he was regarded as one of the best cruiserweight champions in his time
Yeah.
because he what's it called? He came up with the Hardy Boys,
Mm.
and the Hardy Boys also they had a hand in training Trevor Lee or what's his name? Fuck, what's his NXT name? Cameron Grimes.
Oh, okay.
I know him as Trevor Lee because I watched TNA.
uh, just like everybody, I was surprised, especially for Samoa Joe and the Iconics. It was, but I like you said, it was no reason to break them up. But as soon as you see them break them up, like a lot of their tag teams, that's the one thing I'm really looking at. Is a lot of these people was in tag teams, and like a lot of these people, you like we already complained that the tag team is kind of scarce. Like we just seen the Viking Raiders this Monday, and especially like the Iconics, they could have ran your women's tag division to a point where they did have the belts, and they did do a good job holding the belts. So, and like I think they're both entertaining, but they really didn't do shit with Peyton Royce, except give it that one match with Oscar, which and that good promo she did on Raw Talk. So I would figure,
Yeah, like she was actually getting started with something, and then they just released her. Like, what was the point?
yeah. Though I think the whole thing about this list was what was the point? Like, what was the point of making Tucker solo? Like, what was the point of splitting
What
up?
was the point?
What was the point of splitting up Heavy Machinery and Otis is in another tag team with fucking Chad Gable? What was the point of Peyton Royce with Lacey Evans? Lacey Evans gets pregnant and then just y'all just leave Peyton Royce by himself. Like
And see, that's why I'm shocked they didn't release Lacey Evans because when Sarah Logan got pregnant, they fired Sarah Logan.
no, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
They released
She
Sarah
left.
Logan.
A year
Yeah,
later,
yeah, she left.
she left. Then got pregnant. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, she
You
left. Then got
sure?
pregnant. Yes,
she left because she wanted to have a family.
yes.
Why do you think?
No,
Oh,
I might be thinking of what was that one dumb bitch? That Canellis bitch.
Maria
I know you're
Kanellis,
talking about
Yeah.
that
dumb bitch. Is that how you feel?
God damn. What she do?
Damn.
She was
And they was going to keep
she was
her.
the one who
They was going to keep, and they was going to keep her.
bitch. She's
They
taking
fired her.
first. That's why they fired her. And then she barely fought.
Excuse the misogyny, ladies and gentlemen. Damn.
I found her annoying, so
No.
She didn't even do nothing to be annoying.
Yeah, what? Are you okay?
Are you?
I don't know. Something about Maria Canellis just rubbed me the wrong way.
Is it the fact that she's a successful white
She didn't
woman?
do anything. What did she do?
No, it was just
And you don't watch the other
uh,
one, so you obviously you didn't see her on TNA. So okay, Dion. All right.
I'm gonna pray for you.
shoot. And then I watched TNA on and off, so it was like if she was on TNA, I missed her on TNA.
Her husband was like world champion at one point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very successful in TNA.
Matter of fact, I was surprised he left TNA. But that's just me. But when WWE pays you that bread, you go.
Right.
Get that bread, get that head, then leave.
Then leave. That's right.
Peace out. Well, okay. Any last words before we move on to WrestleMania review?
Nah.
Okay.
Maria Kanellis is not a bitch.
Hopefully Billy Kay goes somewhere else and retire that ugly ass ring gear she got because I hated her ring gear. Especially it looked like a big diaper on her. Like I'm not body shaming at all because the woman got a killer body, but that ring
Don't
gear
let
did not.
Right. It's not her. It's the clothes.
Don't let Zack Ryder hear you.
I think no, it's about the ring gear, not the clothes.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Zack Ryder. They're dating.
Yeah, I was talking about Billy Kay's ring gear. He said Zack Ryder.
Wait, I thought Chelsea Green and Zack Ryder were a couple.
Well, it's either Peyton Royce or Chelsea Green. It was one of them.
I thought he was
I think it's
engaged to
Chelsea
Chelsea
Green.
Green. I'm
Yeah, it
pretty
was
sure he
Chelsea
was
Green.
actually engaged to Chelsea Green.
It was Chelsea Green. You're right. I thought it was Peyton. Someone else.
Fucking
Maybe he's looking at like
what's his name? The one who was messing with Peyton Royce, wasn't that I thought that was Buddy Murphy.
The person who messed with Peyton Royce is on AEW, if I'm correct.
Nah, man, Rey Mysterio's daughter, remember?
That was just for story. In real life, I thought Peyton Royce and Murphy were a
I don't
thing.
know what he's talking about. That was definitely real life. They kissed and everything. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
I saw the kiss. You saw the kiss?
Right. Right. And Lana was really fucking Bobby Lashley. Okay. Anyway.
I mean, they get in the bed together. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They definitely were married.
Y'all are stupid. Onward to the WrestleMania review.
Bobby Lashley did turn into Tyrone.
Y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid. Onward to the WrestleMania review.
Nigga, I'm here to fuck your wife. All right.
That still fucking hit me.
Okay, WrestleMania was last We there was a 2 night event on Saturday and Sunday in Tampa, Florida, with actually a crowd, and a lot of
Yeah.
matches went on, and a lot of championships changed hands. So, um, what do y'all get on a scale of 1 to 10? What do y'all give WrestleMania?
Give it a 7. 7.5.
Yeah,
I'll
7.5.
I'll give it I'll say an 8. Maybe I'll say an 8. The only thing that my only two complaints about the whole thing was number one, they could have and should have done more with Bailey.
what are you talking about? She was
And
all over WrestleMania.
I
yeah,
would say she was one
I
of the
figured
highlights of WrestleMania, actually.
I feel
Yeah,
like yeah, but at the same time, I feel like for everything
both
she did
nights.
last year, they could have get she. I feel like she should have. They could have at least had her in an actual match.
She was there both nights. She had more. She literally had more screen time than Naomi.
Who wrestled?
Yes.
Yeah, I still feel like she should have been in an actual match.
With
But
who?
Well, who? Yeah, that's a good
whoever,
question.
What do you mean?
with
You
whoever,
just complained. Cause you just complained about Rhea Ripley and Oscar having no build. So why would you put her
I
in a
never,
match with
I
no
never complained
build?
about that.
You oh okay
I never complained about that.
okay. Go ahead. Okay. What was your okay? So what was your favorite match?
Shit,
Any one of y'all so can go. What was your
Father,
favorite?
you go first because I got to think. There were a lot of
Oh,
good
my
ones.
favorite match? Oh, that's
Did you
easy
really?
for me.
I'm about to say,
Uh,
did you really ask?
it was fucking Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. For me personally, Rollins was doing amazing in that match, and Cesaro too. But nah, Seth Rollins was doing some shit.
I
I
had never seen him do
genuinely
a
enjoyed that
360.
match.
I had never seen him do a 360 splash before.
Yeah, he got it from another wrestler. I forgot his name, but that's his finisher. So I would like. It was a really good match, especially that fucking superplex into Falcon Arrow that he did on Cesaro. That was a thing of fucking beauty. I know he usually always does it, but WrestleMania, bruh, that was a good ass match.
My favorite part was when Cesaro had Seth on his shoulders for that airplane spin, and he had him up there, no hands, just spinning.
Yeah, that's because Cesaro's a goat. He's a living legend. I call him the living
My
legend.
face when he did that. This put him nothing from there.
It's just,
That shows you how gracious he
oh
is.
man.
That's the hardest working man in WWE right there.
See, for me, can I name three? Can I name my top three matches from WrestleMania?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, I didn't seclude you to one, but go ahead.
Seth and Cesaro, definitely. Kevin Owens and Sammy was actually really fucking good.
It's always good.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, they are best friends.
yeah, but that was even for a filler match. Call it what it
That was.
was. That was that was fantastic, even for a filler match.
What's your definition of a filler match?
That's just kind of there just to eat up time. Not really any real purpose to the match
Now there was a
other
purpose to
other
that
than
match.
other than entertainment.
Sami Zayn. There's a conspiracy. He made a
Right.
whole documentary.
And and of course,
Technically, Rollins and Cesaro was a filler match. If you want to go there,
I didn't say it wasn't.
I don't like the word filler.
I
I would
I
say
never said I
I would
never
say
said it
mid card.
wasn't.
They're mid carders. They're not filler.
so what's the difference between that and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn?
Bruh.
None. They were both good, very good filler matches.
You just
They're mid card matches. The proper term is mid card. not filler.
All right. If you want to be technical, but my third match, Sasha and Bianca.
I mean, yeah, that's a match of the year contender actually.
What do you mean contender? If that doesn't get match of the year,
It's match of the
I'm gonna
year
be pissed.
contender. It can be more than
Okay.
one match of the year, Dion.
All right, I'll say women's match of the year then.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, the misogyny is
I'm
deep.
saying
Misogyny is deep. I was about to say if you
Why?
don't
Why's it
know,
gotta be misogyny?
because if you don't know Father by now, he's not just comparing it to
If
WWE. He's comparing it to like New Japan,
hey, if these music award
AEW.
shows can have male and female artists of the year and shit like that, why can't there be a male and female match of the year for wrestling?
Megan Thee Stallion was considered MVP in the BET Hip Hop Awards. There's no misogyny. It was
What's
out of
the
Megan and Cardi, but you know.
Hey,
So
oh my
anyway,
god.
I guess my favorite matches was actually The Miz and Morrison versus Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. I was
I would
actually,
say, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good one.
that would be my number four.
I was, I was actually impressed by Bad Bunny.
I
Um,
would say he was the MVP of night one,
yeah,
if you ask me.
but
Yeah.
even though those
I want to
punches,
know who trained him. I want to know who trained him. But leading up to that match, because god damn.
He's a rapper from Puerto Rico. He trained himself.
yeah,
That
even
nigga watched a whole bunch of WWF matches.
And real talk, and everyone who knows Bad Bunny knows he's a big time wrestling fan, even before WrestleMania and everything with between him and Damian Priest and the Miz and shit.
That's right.
Like, so I honestly would not be shocked if he trained his fucking self.
Woo!
You know,
but yeah, other than the punches, I was actually impressed by Bad Bunny. Those punches were terrible, but also Bianca and Sasha, I was really invested, and the main event, I was actually um, a lot of those. Honestly, all those matches was really good, and like except even Drew and Bobby, except for the finish, I hated the finish. They go Bobby, and he just looked. He didn't even call Drew's name. He said Bobby. He go what? But other than that, yeah, a lot of those matches were really good. I don't know about y'all, but I was kind of disappointed in the Oscar and Rhea Ripley match. Like it was a good match, but it seemed like the crowd wasn't that invested into it. Did it look like y'all that way?
I mean, yeah, look at her opponent. Rhea Ripley literally came out of nowhere.
True.
Now, if you want to talk about a match with no build, there's that.
Yeah, there was no build. Yeah, there was definitely no build at all. And I really did not. I'm Oscar biased, but I've been said that for like the longest. Um, so gentlemen, how you feel about the match between Bianca Belair and Sasha? Let's talk about that.
nigga.
As I said before, match of the year contender. Both of them literally, bruh, nah. When Bianca Belair lifted fucking Sasha Banks on that gorilla press and fucking walked her up the steps and threw her back inside the ring, I was scared. That was when I was scared.
I was
I was
scared
like,
when Sasha do a suicide dive because every time she do that she be killing herself.
bruh,
This
she
time
fucking leaps like a fucking missile.
every time I
Sasha
see it,
Sasha needs to stop doing certain shit in general. I love the girl, but we all know she's injury prone, dog.
no, in my opinion, she has the best suicide dive in WWE. It's just that it's just too good to the point where
It's
she
too
fucking
it's too
kills.
suicidal of a suicide dive. But say it like
You
that.
know what? I'm a actually slightly disagree with you. I think the best suicide diver is Big E.
I call it a spear, more or less.
It
Right.
is a
It's more of a
spear.
suicide
It is a
spear.
spear. It
It's
is a
more of
spear.
a
But nah, that nigga fucking launches you out of the fucking ring.
He does. He does.
Just like he be launching that jacket at Corey Gray. And it's always a
Okay.
fucking headshot too.
Yo, he be on
Accuracy.
point. He be on
Accuracy,
point.
man. Accuracy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna also give it an 8. I thought it was very entertaining for like a match that I feel like most of the matches didn't have that many builds. I'm glad that Andre the Giant Memorial was on SmackDown instead of
On
The
WrestleMania
Royal
itself.
Rumble.
yeah.
I mean,
But
no.
that tag
Mhm.
match they had on SmackDown, I wish they would have put that on WrestleMania. Did you see how high Montez Ford leaped when he did his frog splash?
That boy got hops.
That boy literally jumped out the gym. I said, yo.
That boy got hops for real.
Yo, my shout out to Montez Ford. That's a
Okay.
real
Ooh.
5-star frog
Crowd
Okay.
splash. That was
hustle.
I
good.
don't.
Crowd
I don't
hustle
know
on
if I hold on. I gotta ask this question then. Out of every wrestler you've seen do a frog splash from whatever era, I don't care who it is, when they were active, whatever the case may be, best frog splash.
RVD.
RVD. But Montez Ford, I will put him second after that. Actually, I don't want to disrespect Eddie Guerrero.
Right, I was about to say
I
I don't
don't
feel
want
like
to.
that. I don't feel like that
first.
disrespects him though.
I was about to say top three are Guerrero, RVD, and Ford.
D'Lo Brown had
I'll
a
get
good. D'Lo Brown had a good front splash too, the sky high, but that was good. But I don't know Montez Ford, the vertical he put up on there, I was
Yeah,
like,
he can leap. That he got hops for real.
I was scared.
not to mention not the only person besides Montez Ford that I've seen like change direction in midair the way he does sometimes is RVD.
Yep, I put that
The
on there.
only that's the only person I can think of that like aside from Montez Ford that knows how to change direction like mid flight.
Yeah. So how did y'all feel about that New Day and almost an AJ Styles match?
It was alright. It wasn't
I
even
knew
really a match.
AJ almost was going to win. It was just a matter of how it was going to happen.
You know what that match felt like though? That
What?
match felt like you got a new DLC in Omos. You got the new DLC, and you team him up with AJ Styles because you picked random and it chose AJ Styles versus the New Day for
Uh,
the tag team title.
uh, see, this is what I was saying to my girls. We was watching that match, and we watched New Day do everything they could think of to almost, and it was nothing. You know how you play an RPG. Benny, I'll be more specific. You know how you play Pokemon, and you go to a gym that you got no business walking into because your Pokemon are nowhere near strong enough to deal with that gym leader and whatever they're packing. That's what that was when New Day tried to fight almost. None of them, everything they did was either not very effective, no effect, or that shit missed.
No, I got one. It's trying to play Milk Tank with your level 25 Pokemon. Fucking bullshit. Thinking you the shit.
It was just,
Why?
it was
You feel
just
better?
why
You feel better?
Shout out to
AJ. AJ did his thing, carrying an early portion of the match. I'll give him that because we all knew what was up when almost walked in there.
You're trying to keep him out of the fucking match.
which was good ring psychology. If you really want to put it, it's like and like Xavier was saying, we are effectively cutting the ring in half. Like he was, I was definitely entertained by that man.
They did not want to smoke with Homo. And when he did finally get in, they got more than the smoke. They got the whole damn fire.
I mean, hey, shout out to Omos though. Shout out to Nigeria. And speaking of Nigeria, shout out to Apollo Cruz,
Shout out to
the
Apollo Crews.
real African American. I'm
Yo,
so and that shit was funny when he said that.
yo, hey, I'm not gonna lie, that scepter he brought, I love that thing. That thing was nice.
It has a name, but I don't remember it.
And shout out to Davocado for coming up there in the suit, beating up Big E.
Apparently, his name is General Aziz or Commander Aziz or something.
Oh my God, no.
I'm I'm trying to figure out whose idea was it because that because the jacket he was wearing, that's a Marine Corps jacket
I
with
know,
just some extra shit added to it
I know.
with
I'm
the
just,
damn corporal chevrons on it. If you're gonna be if you're gonna go by the title of a general or whatever, wear the actual general fucking regalia, have the
You do realize who
actual
you're talking about, right?
fucking. I know, but the
Yeah,
Marine in
just
me
save
is
your
just a
breath,
sucker
Dion.
for details.
Dion, just save your breath.
Shit
You're
like
gonna
that
hurt
bothers me.
yourself.
I can't help it.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
yeah, really gonna hurt yourself.
You are going to hurt yourself.
But in
I,
any case, though,
I
you
do the
know
trust me because I do
that
the
match
same
was
thing.
a that match all in all was a good match, all things considered.
Shout out to Apollo Cruz. I like finally they're giving him the recognition. I hated that it had to be Big E in Tampa, but shout out.
Yeah,
But every time I realize, like when they're in Tampa and like, or when they're anytime a wrestler is in his hometown, they don't
they
win.
lose.
Yeah, they
I mean,
lose.
they used to win back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, they
It
did
it
used to win.
depends on who it is. What
I
I've
understand that.
noticed, what
It does
I've
depend on
noticed,
who it is.
no. Look, what the pattern I've noticed. If they're a face fighting in their hometown, they're gonna get their ass beat. If it's a heel fighting in their hometown, they're gonna win.
I have not seen a hometown person win since I'm pretty sure. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. CM Punk in Chicago. That's the
Nah,
last time.
there was the Iconics. They won the
Oh
tag team
yeah,
titles in Australia.
you're right. You're right.
The Super Showdown, I think it was.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was the Super
And they
Showdown.
were heels.
Yeah, but
Who's
they
out there?
did do it. They popped for them, which is now that even makes me more sad for the Iconics after winning the tag titles in your hometown. And
And they never fucking go to Australia.
yes, they never.
Right. It just makes it more depressing the more you think about the icon is getting fired,
Yeah,
and it just
not to bring back that up. Also, shout out to Naomi for the 5 seconds that she was out there. You did your thing.
Why your feet cold?
so the
And shout out to
people are
Tamina.
still.
I thought she was going to win the title that night.
I
And
wanted Natalia and Tamina to win that match so bad.
They
Better
almost
luck
had
next time.
to.
No, but then this just proves the thing I've been saying about Tamina for the past few years. As good as she is, as long as that stigma of her lineage hangs over her head, she'll never get past where she's been for the past decade.
what do you mean? What do you
What?
mean by that? What exactly do you mean by that, Dion?
What? Please explain.
Yeah, please explain.
How okay?
Oh, this dude.
How long has she been there? And she's been in,
He was slick with this one.
No,
she's been in title matches and shit. But like could never win one. And skill wise and everything else, you can't tell me she's not championship material.
no, but you said because of her lineage.
I'm trying to see how that has anything to
The
do.
She's part of the Samoan dynasty.
okay, to be more specific, what did her
Funnily
father
enough,
do
she's not
again?
even Samoan.
Okay, and then
Her
being a
father was
little more
Jimmy
specific.
Superfly Snooker.
Okay, give me a second.
Nah, I'm not gonna give you a second. You're done.
I'm trying to figure out,
No,
like but you said her lineage. Like, what? She's part of the Samoan dynasty. She's cousins with The Rock
because
and Rikishi, and like,
That's Nia Jax. That's not Samoan.
yeah.
no. Where is it?
Like their whole family. That's what I'm saying. Though. They're all in
No,
this.
no, 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 no. Hold on. Is this the one? Here it is.
Are you talking about the
Because
thing with her dad?
apparently, yes.
bruh.
Oh
She
God.
has that hanging. She's always gonna have that hanging over her. I was
Yeah,
trying
but
to
it
find a
has
news
nothing to
article
do with
about it.
her though.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter. That's still her
Yeah, it
father, and
does.
that's still
That has
Yeah, it
nothing to
does.
do with Tamina.
It has nothing to do with Tamina. She was just in WrestleMania. If what you said was true, she would have never. She probably would have been released.
Yeah. They don't even
all right.
like they don't even want to touch Chris Benoit's son for what he did. Think about it.
Yeah, like
They,
And Chris Benoit's son has nothing to do with what Chris Benoit did.
hey,
By the way, his son looks just like his dad.
which
Side
is
note.
what made it so difficult
And
too.
check this out. Check this out.
Spitting image. That's why me and Father looking like what? She's in that Samoan dynasty.
Who do you think it is? Yo, this was dope as fuck.
Okay. Any
Yeah.
last words before we move on to our next topic?
All I want to say is, Sasha Banks is still my champion, even though she's not physically champion, because her and Bianca Belair had a amazing match, and I'm proud of both of them. I'm proud of my beloved sister Bianca. You know what I'm saying? Like keep that, have a nice lengthy title run. But Sasha Banks forever. That's my baby.
okay. Before we move forward, I did want to get your thoughts on the Fiend's match with Randy Orton.
It was a
I,
storyline.
it was a storyline. I guess it was solved by Monday, but I was definitely confused because the Fiend was definitely whipping his ass throughout that whole thing, and then one
Got
simple,
RKO.
one
Yeah.
simple RKO, and he's fucking and. But
Yep.
it's explained. It was explained, and I'm cool with it.
Especially since the Fiend doesn't really deal with wins and losses.
Yeah, I've always said that the Fiend is like Mick Foley. It is like as long as you look good, that's all that matters. Okay, all right.
I guess. I know there's more. I know there's more to that. I'm just like, okay, I I'm more excited to see what they do next, especially with Alexa than anything else.
Yeah,
Um,
you just gotta wait.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
right.
who or what is this Lily character she's bringing in?
Oh, it's gonna be so exciting to watch and see what happens. That's how you're supposed to do it. Ow.
In
All
any
right.
case, though,
All
so
right, what's next,
next
Ray?
on the list.
All right. On to the next topic. We're going to be talking about the police and how bad they are.
Here
Um.
we go.
So there's been at least two
Hold on,
occasions
Daddy. Here.
dealing with the police. One in Minnesota, and the other one was in Virginia. Right, with the lieutenant. That was in Virginia,
Yeah,
right?
put this shit.
Yeah, that was in Virginia.
Okay, that one was in Virginia where, like, even though the lieutenant had his hands out and he was complying, they pulled a gun out on him for a traffic stop. Not even like he didn't have nothing on him that was threatening him at all, but he basically it was a traffic stop and they had their guns on it. And then you have this other one which had to deal with Dante Wright, which the cop of 26 years thought she was holding a taser and ended up shooting and killing Dante Wright.
Which is
And then
total.
Oh,
not only that, and this is just another thing. This more or less happened in Columbia, South Carolina. We probably talk about that one later. Where the a army sergeant first class was trying to kick a young black man out of his neighborhood that he lives in. So,
yeah,
gentlemen,
I saw the video for that.
yeah. So, who basically was taking for that? What are y'all thoughts on like the shit that's been going on this week with the police and you know that?
What the fuck?
Me personally, and this is gonna sound so fucked up. I'm just waiting for them to, move on. because that's what we did with Breonna Taylor. That's what we did with all the other ones. Only reason why we haven't moved away from George Floyd is because his trial is literally happening right now. But yeah, other than that, I'm just literally waiting for them to like just, I guess, move on, because it's obvious that because like they just posted bail for the woman that killed our brother. So it was 100k. It was 100k bail, and they paid it. And there was like screenshots of her house being barricaded by the police and shit. Like, yeah, of course she's not gonna get fucking held accountable. She's a white woman police officer. Like, they're not gonna fucking punish her. The fuck?
Man, I already know what that's gonna be like if that does go to trial, which I know it won't.
But
She's gonna pull the whole, oh, I feared for my life, I panicked and grabbed the wrong weapon. That's gonna be her fucking defense.
damn.
Just but between that situation, the ones we just named, not to mention and ooh, the footage from this one is embedded in my brain. That poor kid who that they stomped out and left that boot print on his face. Oh my god. Like, I can still hear him crying, like, even now in my head, like, as the cops are beating on him, dog. 17 years old, he didn't deserve that. Like, man's is literally on camera. Like, you could see and hear him on the body camera crying as these police is punching and kicking him and shit.
Now,
Damn.
like most black people around here, I'm actually numb to it too. Like I obviously I shouldn't be numb to it because like this shit, but telling you that this shit goes on, it's like it's really numbing to me. The other problem I really had, and I ex, the thing is I expect white people to defend the cops because they defend them over everything. It's when our own people does it, and like you're telling he should have complied. Like the officer, for one thing, the
Oh
lieutenant
my
was
god.
compliant and he has the right to ask you what am I being arrested for, and he didn't, and like they didn't give him an answer, so it was just
By law, they're supposed to tell you you've been accused of XYZ. You're being arrested for a charge with XYZ. By law, they're supposed to fucking tell you that.
and that was
Right,
just
The
Kelly.
law does not apply to black people.
and that's another thing. I know a lot of people like mad because especially with the Dante, right, because he did like try to flee the scene. I don't want to say flee the scene, but he did jerk his hand away and then try to drive off, but and she shot him. Look, and I say this all the time. I'm 90% mad at the officer for shooting him than him like fleeing away. But this is why we try to tell people we do not have the complexion for the protection. I feel like if he did, like, I don't want to say the words he should have complied because I hate when people say that. But especially like when we have evidence of people complying and
And
not
still
only
getting shot.
yeah, and still getting shot like Philando Castile. We got people like Elijah McClain who did nothing and they beat and like they shot him and not they shot him, but they killed him. Like we have insurmountable footage evidence of cops just fucking with people for no reason. Like even before Eric Garner, even before Philando Castile, even before like even all that, and that you got people in our that will call themselves black still side with the police, or like he should, or tell you like he should have complied, or like um if he would just followed orders or something like that, and it's just like what are you talking about? It's like the man's life is first things first, and I say this all the time. As black people, unless you are a knucklehead and you like really doing stuff illegal, we really shouldn't like as a black person. We really shouldn't have stories about our interventions with cops. I got like two of them myself that I'm not going to talk right now, but I have at least two cop stories of me like it's cops where I didn't do nothing, but like cops stops and interrogate me for no reason. I'm pretty sure y'all have like cop stories of like cops fucking with y'all, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have stories of cops fucking with them for no fucking reason. Like it's I just want people to realize, and like it's funny thing because they call us brainwashed, where it's just like who's the brainwashed person here when we're showing you that they're fucking with us for no reason. Like they're showing like, and the thing is, the law is on our side, and when people say like I don't have to show you my ID, it's in the laws. I don't have to show you my ID. If I'm asking you what am I getting arrested for, by law, you're supposed to answer that. Like the lawyers always say when the cop comes here, am I under arrest? Am I free to go? You are supposed to like these are things that by law you should say, and they're supposed to respect it. We're like as black people, we done show many a time where not only the cops have taken the law into their own hands, but they get away with it. Like there's like I hope and I pray that Derek Chauvin gets the maximum penalty, but we got like even me, I'm like skeptical if he's going to get off or not. Like I think he might get let go or might just get the minimum punishment. Like what was that female cop that shot the dude that was sitting in his couch? What was his
Oh,
name?
Amber Geiger.
Yeah, Amber Geiger. Like they let her off, and not only that, like the family forgave her and gave her a big hug. It's like, what the hell is that?
Bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Like I don't like being numb to this, but it's just like I want people to understand that like we're not talking out our ass. And also, and this is the last thing to the white people that say that whites get killed by cops more than blacks. You're admitting that there's a problem, and there should be something that should be done with the system, especially if you're unarmed. Like I shouldn't be a threat to you if I don't have a gun. You're the one with the gun. I shouldn't be the one trying to calm you down. You're the one in a tense situation. Then you shouldn't be a fucking cop. I understand being a cop is dangerous, but like people say, you signed up for it. When I signed up to the military, I know my life would be like I might be going out to war. My life might be in danger, or the stuff I'm like working with might kill me. But I took that risk and all that other stuff just to better my life. It's like you know what you're doing. You know what the consequences and the repercussions come with your job. Please stop it. And another thing, I know this is the last thing I want to say. A lot of people say you should demilitarize the police. The military doesn't like if you do this stuff in the military, they will definitely yank your ass. Like you would get they believe in double jeopardy and all that. If you do anything remotely to what that female cop did by shooting somebody, especially if they are unarmed, they will have your ass in captain's mask or corporal mask or basically they will hem your ass up, and they believe in double jeopardy. So not only you will get time and money. So they will really hem your ass up. So it's not the fact that they're militarized. It's the fact that they're not being held accountable for what they're doing. And this is what I've been saying. This is what Father been saying. This is what a lot of people are saying. The cops need to be held accountable for what they're doing and break this blue wall of silence. It's like this is why people riot. And like this is exactly why people riot. So, anybody else got something to say?
It's funny you brought up the military because like the term escalation of force comes to mind, and you know we're both former military, right, Ray?
Yeah,
So that's something they like burned into our brains. So if the military, who let's call it what it is, we are trained killers, but we're trained to understand when a situation does or doesn't warrant, deadly force and this, that, and the third. So the fuck is up with these police?
I just
Qualified immunity.
yeah that, and I just think they just be one to have their actions so they could tell stories to their friends and some shit. Like I've been in this stuff. I honestly think like people see
Hey,
those
right.
cops movies and like you see them with the shootouts and the chases, and I think a lot of them want that, and you realize it's not really that. It's more or less like uh basically stand and watch or like patrolling an area and to make sure it's safe. And it's like that part of that, like that's the part of policing that's like boring police, but it's also good police work. That's the type of shit no one talks about, not the law and order shit where it's just like action all the time, fucking time. Some of this shit is boring. Like I can tell you, like most of the stuff, like when I was in security, like when I was standing watch, it's pretty fucking boring. It keeps the ship safe, but it's also pretty fucking boring.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
I don't
any
know.
last,
My
any
thing
last?
is,
Go ahead.
my thing is like it's happening over and over and over and over again. We've been seeing this shit since fucking Rodney King in the '90s. We rioted towards this. We looted towards this. Like, bro, at this particular point in time, I don't know what the fuck we're doing, but if we want change to happen, it's gonna take more than a few hashtags and people yelling at Ben Crump to do something every time somebody fucking dies. I'm just wondering when we're actually gonna implement solutions instead of crying all the fucking time. That's what I'm wondering. So when that happens, y'all can wake me up.
As I've
Also,
said in the past, no one's gonna be happy until a cop does the wrong thing toward the wrong person and someone peels that cop's head back.
I mean, but that's already happened though.
yeah, that's already happened.
What? Why didn't they like that?
Then then
That's how
I
they
don't
try to
know.
get that's how they try to get Asada Shakur. They're just trying to say that she
Watch your
killed a
mouth.
cop.
Check it down. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
I
Baby.
don't know no more, man.
Also, and this is a personal thing because I've been seeing this brought up too because a state trooper killed a 16-year-old kid, a 16-year-old white kid in Maryland, and a lot of
Let me
people are
see them.
talking about how come no one is having a protest for him and all that other stuff. I said first things first, and I said this about Trayvon Martin because they try to put it. That person, first off, um, this kid is already like they already got justice for him. He's already been let go and all that other stuff. So he's already been justice was already sought out for him. Two, like I said, so you're admitting this is a problem and like the system needs to be fixed. Third of all, what they don't tell you because the guy tried to flip it into his own to make his argument seem valid. He doesn't tell you that the kid had an airsoft BB gun with no fucking red tip on there and a fucking knife and was pointing it at the police. You
Thank
don't
you.
and like that's and like anybody could tell you that's a no no. Like and for those that try to compare it to Tamir Rice, that cop didn't even stop the car before they shot him. Like at least they like at least gave this kid a warning before they fucking shot him. But even still, like he shouldn't have been shot. It was a BB gun. So and even like I even like they say the male pulled out the knife to try to get up. According to the second witness, the trooper ordered him to drop the knife before firing again. So this kid got a warning. Tamir Rice never got no warning. So miss me. So first off, miss me with that bullshit and try and please. And I know a lot of people do it. Like try if you're gonna put a argument out there, please put the full story out there and pull facts on there. Like first things first, and like I don't want to say this about the kid, but stupid games win stupid prices. You shouldn't be doing that shit to a cop. But also like don't try to put stuff into your own favor without like putting out the full story. So anybody and the kid name was Peyton here. I was trying to figure it out. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Uh,
Uh,
the problem is only going to end when we decide to end it. Honestly,
I would agree with that. And gentlemen, how do you feel that the Black Lives Matter leader bought a $1.4 million home in LA? How do y'all feel about that? Because
how do
there's
I
been
feel
talk
about that?
about
I'm not
this.
surprised.
You know,
I don't
Patrice, hold on, hold
care.
on. You should. I think you should. Even if you didn't donate, because it's just like, where is the money going, and what are you doing for the community? So it's just like, for those that donated to a Black Lives Matter, which is like, so what people don't even know what was they donating to. At least with Dr. Umar, because I know a lot of people was talking about his school. At least he was trying to do something, or at least he had somewhere you could donate. Whether you think he was a scam artist or not, but most people didn't even know what was Black Lives Matter like doing for the neighborhood. Let alone people wasn't doing anything at all. So I don't know. It should be. I feel like you should care, or at least because it doesn't really, because it makes her seem like not legit.
My thing is the money that Black Lives Matter had, they never really even had a plan for that money to be used in a way that would benefit Black folks. Because if they did, it would have went viral. Would you agree with that statement or not?
Yes.
which is the exact reason why I said I don't care.
Do you know how much they took in last year?
Yeah, do you?
It doesn't matter at this point because
Yeah, it does
look,
matter.
look
That's
what it
money
Yes,
that
look
could be
what
used to benefit us. What are you talking about?
yes. They took in $90 million last year.
All that damn crying and protesting we was doing, they took $90 million, and that goes to a fucking home.
I'm reading this from the New York Post. Black Lives Matter, which began as a hashtag in response to the acquittal of George Zimmerman in the 2012 shooting of Trayvon Martin, took in more than $90 million last year and was at the forefront of protests across the country last year after the death of George Floyd inmate. Ken Colors, I think that's his name, 37, signed a multi-platform deal with Warner Brothers in October, although it's not clear how much she is paid by Black Lives Matter since their finances flow through a complex web of for-profit and non-profit corporate entities. We don't like know like a lot of people don't know where their money is, or has it really helped the community? Like the shit in Minnesota, do you think like any of that money went in there?
And also, what you have to put into context is there were fucking celebrities donating. I remember a whole bunch of people talking about, oh my god, BTS donated this much money to Black Lives Matter. Oh my god, this person donated, that person donated. Oh my god, we have allies. Look at everybody donating to Black Lives Matter. Look at everybody marching. Now look, how does that benefit the Black community? Somebody just bought a fucking home with that money you donated to them, and then you're gonna sit in my face telling me we got allies? All right. We're not even unified ourselves yet. We're supposed to just hand everything to allies.
And don't get me wrong, the hashtag I'm in support of, but the organization I was never in support of.
It's
But
gotten to a point where even the phrase Black Lives Matter just means a whole bunch of like symbolism to me now. Because what has been done ever since this thing has been created? What has genuinely been done?
nothing.
and like I
Well,
said,
people died. That's what happened.
yeah, and like I said, no disrespect to the Asian and then stop Asian hate, but they've done more for them than they probably did for Black Lives Matter. And I'm not mad at the Asian and the stop Asian hate thing because they did what they're supposed to do, but it's just like, what about what about us?
Nothing for us. We niggers. Excuse my language. It's just, when you're passionate about this, sometimes.
Like, and this brings back to what I've been saying about if like, because let's be real, we didn't elect Biden in, we voted Trump out. Can we at
Yeah,
least say that? Okay,
yeah.
now, but since Biden is in, and 80 to 90% of black people voted Biden in, we should be first, and I've said this, we should be first in the line to get some benefits and repercussions for things that we need for our community. Instead, I feel like it's happening again where even though like Kamala Harris is being symbolized and all that other stuff for being the first, not only the first woman vice president, but most people, she's the first African American vice president or the first Asian American vice president, however you want to consider it. The symbolism is cool, but are we getting stuff for our community? And that's what it needs to be. That's the question that I've been asking, and I've been saying no.
Alright.
It's just like I said, I don't have a problem with the stop Asian hate because they did what they're supposed to do, but we should have been first in line. That's all I'm saying. Especially since we put them in that office.
Go, baby. Go.
They even gave fucking Stacey Abrams an award for that shit.
Yes. And like I think it was Trayvon Martin's mother or somebody's mother, Tamir Rice's mother. Like she cursed out Tamika Mallory because it was just like y'all were over there hooting and hollering in their town, and then y'all done nothing for them. Like
Bruh. Which made me sad because I liked Tamika Mallory.
I do too, but at the same time, she's in commercials for GMC, so it's just like
Bruh. Oh my god. I saw that and I was like, no, not Tamika. No. Oh,
you, to me, she's not even a celebrity. She's an actual activist. But you know what I say?
yeah.
You know what I say? Celebrities are bought. Like she's getting this. Then to me, like I said, she's getting this celebrity treatment, even though she's an activist. And like, but she's getting this celebrity treatment. You see it and I'm not hating, but it's just like you seeing her everywhere. You're seeing it in the Grammys. You're seeing it, but it's like, what about the shit in the streets that needs to be fixed, especially some of these neighborhoods? That like I don't know. That's why I think it's a problem.
What I hate the most, and I think like I just hate how people don't understand the implications of having certain types of money being donated to you, which is what I think is the black community's biggest weakness when it comes to money, because we've been so disenfranchised because of the history of this country and redlining and shit like that. Like it makes people feel incentivized to take money from everybody. That's why George Soros was donating to Black Lives Matter and shit. And when you do that,
No,
you
sit down here
weaken
and
your
roll.
stance politically.
Hold up.
So now you have to do favors for people who gave you the money, because if somebody gives you money, you're in debt to them, regardless of whether you gave them whether they gave it to you through the kindness of their hearts or not. That's still a debt that you have
Why
to
is she
pay back.
yelling?
Right. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
I'm tired of just hearing about people who say they have the best interest for our community, not really, do anything to empower the very community that they're quote unquote are so passionate about. Yet when other people have something, then we're supposed to be the ones on call like Superman every time somebody's dealing with some shit. And it's really fucking annoying. It's gotten to the point where, like, even if I do genuinely care about other groups of people and shit like that, it's gotten to the point where I've seen my people been disrespected for so long, they've been bamboozled for so long, and they've been tenderhearted for so long that it makes me not even want to like support other people or like get in touch with other like groups and shit like that, because it's like, where's that energy for us? You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I totally agree. Okay, so I'm gonna try to end on something. I don't want to lighter. Um, I was hoping Q was here, but but we had this conversation about like rappers that should be bigger than they are now. Um, and I said I had my rappers that I thought they should be bigger than they are now, like Hurricane Chris and Little Zane. But I wanted to ask y'all this because I thought it was a good topic. It's like, is there any rappers that you like that you think they should be bigger than they are now?
Absolutely.
You are a big Absol fan.
That man, I don't understand. Like, I mean, because you've heard his songs and you know that man literally, he's a rapper's rapper. Like even Kendrick himself acknowledged this man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why isn't he as big as Kendrick? And like, why not? We have J Rock, we have Schoolboy Q, we have Kendrick, and then just Absol is like always in a corner somewhere, and I don't like that because he's legitimately one of the best rappers to me.
Yes,
He had one of the best albums in 2016. He was in everyone's top 10 list, and yet he's still not getting his shine. He's not getting his flowers. I don't like that.
Yeah, lyrically, he's like eccentric, but he is lyrically sound. And I've always said that. What about you, Dion?
I don't know. I think it's a lot of cats that don't deserve the fame they have.
Okay, who would you? Yeah, okay, who would you say?
But shit, where do I start? I don't like most of these newer guys that jump out ever since freaking Migos came out. Vast majority of these cats sound the fucking same. They keep copying that that same like pattern or cadence seem like that Migos came out with a lot of these niggas. So it's just like fuck the vast majority of them for me.
I like my picks was like I said, Hurricane Chris, Lil Zane, and Jaquan, and everybody from Bad Boy. I don't know. Have y'all seen what Black Rob look like, lady? If y'all know who Black Rob is,
Yeah, I've seen what he looks like.
Yeah, something's up with him.
he's
I
at
didn't watch the entire video, but I saw enough to. Yeah, something's wrong with Black Rob. Something's horribly wrong with Black Rob.
he's had 4 strokes and his kidney fails like from time to time. Like he's really in, and he's homeless, so he's really in a bad spot. With
So
And did he not giving him that money?
yeah, and this is why people like have this thing about Diddy, um, being like a vampire and all that other stuff. Because like anybody from Bad Boy after Biggie's death that like kept him afloat enough to like where he could have his Ciroc and Sean John deal is just like, but it's like it seems like everybody like from that Bad Boy era where he's like kept him up looks terrible. Not only that, like while like Diddy just looks all clean and glistening and all that other stuff. It's like, yo, why do these people like Diddy needs to give them boys their royalties because they all look bad. Like I like Black Rob, he looked just as like I know he was giving his condolences to DMX and everybody was like, shit, you might need help too, my nigga. Like that shit was bad. But yeah. But all like but Jaquan, Hurricane Chris and like Lil Zane, like I know like record labels like really fucked them up and all that other stuff. And that's a yeah, that right there is just really bad. And
I
for
mean, if we're gonna go back like that, since you brought up fucking Hurricane Chris, like I was expecting more out of Mike Jones.
I didn't. I didn't. I don't. And the sad part is, like, I like Mike Jones, but it it got old real quick. And like I said, and plus, like once he left Swisher House, and I know he was trying to start his own record label, it did not work. Like a lot of Houston rappers from that era kind of like fell off too. So it shows you like that record, like especially during that time.
Most of them, I wouldn't even say they fell off. They did their shit briefly, and then they took that money and started doing other shit.
Only
Look
Chameleon
up,
did that.
not just him, not just Chameleon. Fucking little Flip, little short ass still got money.
Doing what?
Give me a moment. I gotta look him up.
I'm not. I'm just curious. Like, what is he do? Because I know Chameleonaire was he
Let's
invested in the
see.
apps and it made money, and I know like Paul Wall he still does grills and all that other stuff. So
Yeah. Paul Wall still do the jewelry thing. Um, it's a because I know a lot of them like they got investors going on with like a lot of the social media platforms and shit. I think Lil Flip was one of them actually. I
what he
can't
was like?
find.
What he was like a social media influencer? Was he like a spectacular from
Nah,
Pretty Ricky?
nah. Just
What you doing?
not like that. Like I said, they just started doing investments and shit through through social media and shit, and making money that way. Just the whole investment, stock market thing.
The comedian invested on Ring and some other shit. So I read about that shit.
Where's my damn?
We look for.
Here they go. Shoot. Okay, I'm all right. I might have been wrong about Little Flip. I don't see anything. I'm scrolling through Google. I don't see much on him. What's his net? Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Oh, so he apparently has a net worth of 4 million. Not bad.
I wish I
So
had a
he's
network.
doing something. He's doing something. Hold up,
Well,
hold up.
shout
Let
out
me
to No
see.
Flip. Still keeping that network up. And I guess if I had to pick someone from basically this generation, um, I know he said father said Ab, so that was a good one. I wanted to say Lupe, and that's not really his fault. Um,
What the
I
fuck
guess
happened to Lupe Fiasco?
I guess Big Crit because Q said Joel Santana, and I said Joel Santana kind of like fucked it up for himself because when he was calling like during that era when everybody was calling Lil Wayne the best, I'm personally feel like that kind of fucked up a lot of their careers. So, but that was just me. Um, but any last words before Father gives his 10 nice things about Azalea Banks?
Let's just get it over with.
All right. So because of the bet Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair and Bianca Belair won, Father has to give his 10 nice things about Azalea Banks. And since Q is not here, I was trying to stall for Q to come up, but he's not here. But go ahead, Father. The floor is yours.
Then
Okay.
no, no,
So
no, 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 no. Then don't even do it without Q here. Then it's not it's meaningless if Q's not here.
I'm gonna do it anyway. So
I was about to
here we
say
go.
he's going to do it anyway.
So all right. So 10 nice things about Azalea Banks. Number one, I like her smile. She has a very nice smile. She has nice teeth, nice set of teeth. Number two, um,
Here you go.
I like the way she makes music for a certain demographic. I really like that. That whole, like fake girl club scene. I like that. It actually
Mhm.
sounds nice when she does it. Number three, I think she has a lovely rapping voice. I don't listen to her music much, but from her voice, I can tell like, oh, okay, like there's a reason why she does have a fan base. So there's that. Number four, oh, the Wild and Out episode. That was actually really entertaining. I really enjoyed that. Number five, I think that Azealia Banks has a very like good stage name. Like it's a name that's recognizable. Like you say Azealia Banks, you know exactly who you're talking about. I like that. Okay, so 6 to 10. Okay, so I like her style. Number six, I like her style. She has like a nice assortment of clothes. I like the way she styles herself sometimes. Like she be looking nice. I can't lie. Number seven, um, there was this one thing I heard about Azealia Banks, like not really censoring herself when it comes to her opinion. And in a way, I kind of respect it because, like, if you got something to say, motherfucker, say it. And Azealia Banks is really like a spokesperson of that, so I respect that. Where I'm at, number eight.
Yeah, number eight.
Number eight, I like her skin color. She has a very nice skin color. She's like dark skin, but it's like a lovely shade of dark. Very nice. Number nine, I do think that Azealia Banks is actually pretty innovative, like with the shit that she comes up with, because she's always trending on Twitter for something. But that just goes to show you that people are paying attention to her and what she's doing. And people may front and say, "Oh, Azealia Banks this, Azealia Banks that," but she's made herself relevant. So, props to her on that. And number 10, the last thing I like about Azalea Banks is that she, I need a good one. Let me see. Let me see. You know what? the number 10 thing about Azalea Banks that I like is that she does not hold back. Like in everything she does not hold back. She's gonna do everything 100%. And I think that's also pretty commendable as well. So those are my 10 things about Azalea Banks. Congratulations to Sister Bianca for defeating Sasha Banks. But I just want to end this by saying, no matter what happens, Sasha Banks now, Sasha Banks forever, and Sasha Banks for fucking eternity. There's my 10. There you go. Send this to
Um,
Q when you're done.
I will. And on that note, we're about to get into our final thoughts, and we're going to start with Dion.
Final thoughts. I don't know. I just hope all this nonsense with the police straightens out, man. That's it.
Father is on you.
Uh, my final words. I can't wait for 420. 420 is coming up.
Are you going to watch that versus between Redman and Method Man?
I might. I like verses. I just don't like that it's on IG.
They have an app.
That's my only gripe. Because when you on IG live, you can't do anything else. You're locked.
Yeah.
That's my only beef.
I do. You do have a point about that because sometimes I be wanting to like do something else while I look at that, and then I'm just stuck there.
Yeah, because it's just music. So like I can alt tab and do my thing, but I can't do it on IG.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Um, I don't know. We barely talked about it, but I guess the guy in South Carolina, the Army first sergeant that was trying to uh big dog the black kid. I'm glad that they pulled up in his house and he's gotten like getting what he deserved. This kind of shows you when black people be on point and we actually look out for people. Like it shows you like like the unity because there was a lot of people in front of his house, and it's kind of it also shows you that like even though you may have lived there, if somebody like you know how people always say like I had to return a car or like I couldn't live in the neighborhood because they don't think I live there and all that other stuff. That shit is
Yeah.
really if you look at like if you look at stuff like that or like people getting pulled over for having a nice car, like shit like this happens all the time. So like I said, not to repeat myself, but when we're saying stuff like this and stuff like this happens, we're not talking out of our asses. It shit actually happened, and it's it shouldn't even have to get to a fact that we have to show you literal video evidence, and yet y'all still don't want to like not only believe us, y'all still want to defend the people that did it, that did the wrongdoing. So like I hope like I said, I hope we get it together, but I really do hope society gets it together and everybody gets punished for what like they're supposed to be doing. So I'd like to thank the panel for jumping on as always. I'd like to thank all of y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What, Let Me Just Say podcast signing out. Peace.